Guys, welcome to Back to Basics in JazzedTutorials. We're back in our studio finally, filming this. We're not somewhere random like we were last week. So this week's video is going to be a little bit, it's slightly advanced, but not quite. I think it's beginner's basic in my opinion. But if you have other feelings towards this, that's fine. I'm sorry. I apologize in advance if you can't understand this tutorial. But, yeah. So, what am I doing? Well, I'm not sure what to call this per se. I made this up by accident one day, so I thought, hey, I'd share some awesomeness with you guys that I make by accident. I'm just going to consider it like a retro background type thing, or a background with brushes. That's what we're going to call this tutorial. Background with awesome brushes. Alright, now you'll notice how I have a yellow background. Wow, I can't even think my colors. And to do so, I double-clicked on my background layer. And by the way, you can use any size canvas you like. I don't really care what size it is, just any size is fine. I double-clicked on my background layer and made it active with a layer 0. Double-click, click OK, and boom, you got a layer 0. Double-click your layer 0 to open your layer style. We're going to add a gradient overlay. I am going to choose a kind of like a very dark yellow to a very bright yellow. So I'm going to start with this color here on the left, and then we're going to go in the middle here, and you're going to select this lovely bright color here. And then for the right side, we're going to choose this color right here. Alright, got that. Click OK. And basically leave all your settings as is, 100% opacity, 90-degree angle, linear, 100% scale, normal blend mode, boom. Click OK. And you should see that. Alright, now we're going to add another cool brush set to this. So we've used the splatter brushes before, I believe, in previous tutorials, and that's what I'm going to do on my next layer. So make a new layer above your background layer, and then you're going to grab the splatter. You can use any kind of splatter brushes you like. I just happen to have these on my computer. I will link below mine that I have in case you want to use them, but you're free to use your own if you have any. So I made them. And I set my layer to 20% opacity, but I'll show you 100% what it looks like. So I chose white, obviously. I just splattered a whole bunch all over the document. And then drop your opacity down to 20% because I think that looks pretty cool faded in my opinion. But, you know, that's just my opinion. I mean, you have your own theory and your own thoughts, so whatever. Alright, once you've done that, now we're going to add another brush set above that. I'm going to add this lovely cloud stock. Now I'm pasting it right in the dead center, kind of like that, and you'll see why in a moment. And you may have to edit this once we add our actual person in here, but we can fix that if you need to, but I don't think you should be able to. I mean, you shouldn't need to, but you can if you have to. Alright, once you paste it on this cloud brush, and I'll link below cloud brushes because you might need those, but if you have some, use your own, and white for your color, and everything stays the same, no change in blend or opacity, leave it there. And that's that. And that's on a new layer, by the way, in case you didn't notice that, but I'm pretty sure you noticed that, hopefully. Alright, now we're going to add a lovely person. So I added in this lovely person here, and I made this a perfect circle. Now you're probably thinking, well, how'd you do that? Well, here's what you do. When you open up your photo that you're going to use, grab your elliptical marquee tool, and you're going to make a lovely perfect circle out of your image. So just take your circle, hold down your shift key, and make a perfect circle of size. Any size you like is fine. Make a perfect circle. Control A, C, or V, or X to either cut or copy it. Doesn't matter. And then you'll paste it onto your lovely photo. And you want to paste it relatively on top of your cloud layer, so it looks really nice and it kind of blends out and gives it more of a subtly full effect, if you may. Alright, let's keep going. Now I'm going to add some cool little lines. Now we've made these before in Photoshop. I have a whole tutorial on how to make these in Photoshop, but I will link below that tutorial. And for those of you that are watching it from the web, I will annotate that for you. But again, if you're watching from a mobile device, links are below in the description. So we added these nice little retro lines. And in the retro lines tutorial that I spoke about just now, I used a rainbow color, but again, you can alter that color if you need to. And I altered it to be like a green, orange, and yellow color. So I made a new document and made that, and then I pasted it in here. And then of course I duplicated the layer and I crisscrossed it, and then I grabbed a soft round eraser brush of large size and I faded in my lovely retro lines so they kind of blend in with the photo and give it a nice, awesome, kind of retro feel in my opinion. Alright, that's what I did there. And then to really give it that final touch and give it that awesome look, I grabbed a watercolor brush, which we've used before in a previous tutorial. If you remember back about, I think it was 6 months ago, I made a watercolor tutorial. Same brush is applied in this tutorial. So I made a brush with white color on top of this one, right at the bottom there. Any one you want is fine. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. It's optional, but I thought it looked kind of cool. And then I duplicated the layer because as you'll notice how it's not really, you can still see the circle at the bottom, so I just duplicated that layer and I then made it more sharp. So that's that. And yeah, that's the tutorial, guys. It's that simple. And that's how you make an awesome photo within Photoshop looking pretty cool. If you're going to add text to your photo, I suggest using a 20% opacity with a white color, but that's just my opinion. In my final outcome, you'll notice how I added text, and I dropped the opacity a bit to like 20%, I think it was. I just thought it looked really nice and subtle and gave it a nice touch. So, yes, thanks for watching, guys. And oh, one more thing. I may or may not post a video on Saturday. It is a holiday weekend for us in America. If you're not an American, you probably don't know what I'm talking about, but it's 4th of July celebration, so I may or may not post on Saturday. Hopefully I will, but you never know. If not, I'll post on Sunday, hopefully, maybe. Yeah, my internet situation is a bit complicated right now. But, yeah. If you have any further questions, you can comment below, message my inbox, Twitter me, Tumblr me, Facebook me, whatever you want. I'm everywhere you are. So I'm easily to get in contact. You can even email me if you want. JazzedTutorials@gmail.com. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys soon. Laters.